What's happening, everyone? Chris Beans here with Bowler's Rant, bringing you some new updates from Storm and ROTO GRIP. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and turn on those notifications. Okay, we've got some new entries that have hit the overseas websites, and the overseas market is one of my favorite places to be because you get all the cool core and cover combinations. Say that 5 times fast. Let's take a look at the entries now. On the left, the Pure Physix, another entry into the Physix line. In the middle, the Idol Ultra Black. Not sure what that's about, but we love black bowling balls. And on the right, the Marvel MAXX TOUR. We've got some really cool core and cover technologies happening here. So we're going to jump on over to the interwebs and talk about this. So what is going on here? Front and center, let's go into this Pure Physix. This is an asymmetric ball, that's in the Physix line. And, let's take a look at the flyer here. Looking really sharp, okay? Really like how they do the flyers over there in the overseas market. A couple things about the specs here. So this one's got Rex Pearl reactive cover stock, has that famous atomic core, 1500 grip polish, all the goodies. Smells like green apple, which is interesting because it's definitely not green. I don't know what color this is because I'm colorblind, and that's why I have 35 black shirts, but I digress. The numbers at 15 pounds, 2.48 RG with a .053 differential to .017 asymmetric differential, okay? And again, 1500 grip polish. So this is your standard, astrophysics kind of build, but it's got REX Pearl reactive instead of R2S Pearl. So that's really, really interesting. I wish I had one of these. I would love to throw these on a house condition because that is what this thing is designed for. Skid snap delight with a little bit more, REX, so it's got a little bit of that nanoparticle inside of it, but overall looks fantastic. Okay, there again, here's the flyer. Love that color, love that pour, looking sharp. Let's jump on over to the Idol Ultra Black. Okay, so when I take a look at this, and here is the flyer, okay, looking pretty sharp. Let's jump into the product page. This one looks like it's your standard Idol. Okay, so it's got Microtrax S20 solid reactive cover. It's got that famous icon core, 2000 grit Abalone color, ultra black. Now they do say colors can impact ball motion. Okay, 15 pounds. The number is 2.49 RG, 052 differential. So from when I look at this, I'm like, okay, we have a black Idol. And when I look at this compared to the original magenta Idol, I think I like the black one better. I would have totally liked this because you'd never have to clean it. It's always going to be looking black. But I do think I've heard, someone can correct me if I'm wrong, that black bowling balls go a little longer. So maybe this one's a little sharper than the original. And, Microtrax S20, we're in 2022. So this is an older cover formulation. Again, probably the original. Someone can check me on that as well. But overall, looks pretty standard. Looks like an Idol. Okay, let's take a look at the Marvel MAXX TOUR. This is the one that I think out of the three, even not my favorite color, but it is my favorite technology selection. So let's take a look at the flyer real quick. Here's the overseas flyer, looking very I don't know what you call that, fiery, I guess. It's got orange creamsicle, scent. That's really nice. I do have a product flyer here, I'm sorry, the specs flyer. So let's take a look at that. This one has the NEX hybrid reactive cover. It's got that centripetal core. We've seen this in a number of cores, okay, or a number of balls. 1500 grit polished, the color orange, blue, and black. Okay, that's a very interesting color. Again, orange creamsicle, and the numbers at 15 pounds, 2.48 RG with a 050 differential. So this is NEX. Nano Extreme hybrid reactive, and it's a shiny hybrid, so I expect this thing to be a very late and continuous arc. That was my Uber Eats telling me I have a coupon for pizza. This thing's pretty good. I like this. This is something that I imagine is going to be probably just a little bit smoother than like a Sonic, but a little bit sharper than a Supersonic, but somewhere in that category, but with NEX hybrid cover. I like this. I like this a lot. Out of the three, this is probably going to be the one, in my opinion, to be the most usable on a house condition. And you'd be able to tune this for a variety of surface changes that would allow people to really, tune their game for the house condition. So let's circle back to the shelf appeal. This is always my favorite place to be. When I take a look at the shelf appeal view, this kind of just strips out everything else. There's no flyers. This is just the ball, how it looks. The Pure Physix 100% takes it, in my opinion. I mean, it just looks really, really good in terms of that pour. That doesn't mean it's my favorite, though. I just think it has the best pour. I think the Idol really just is my favorite because I like solid black bowling balls. It's fantastic, and it just sticks out. The Marvel MAXX TOUR, not my favorite in terms of the pour. It's just kind of like, you know, a beautiful train wreck in this case. Just not my favorite. But then again, it could be my color blindness. Maybe this looks good to somebody else and not to me. But just this one, easy to read as it goes through all three phases of ball motion, but definitely, and I'm sure it probably has the best motion. And I like the technology best on this one. I love that centripetal core. But this one, in terms of shelf appeal, not doing it for me. But I'm sure it's going to be very popular with people who can see colors correctly when I am not one of those people. So as usual, if you want to learn more about these balls and, you know, just where to, you know, find more information about them, there's a couple things you can do. Balls like these, if you go to the Facebook groups and want to get one, they're going to cost you a pretty penny because you don't find these in your pro shop. So they're going to be possibly $300 or more shipped. And of course, if you want to see any developments with these, in case they do come to the overseas market, I've got links where you can check them out on bowlersmart.com. Ooh, a lot of great information there. So, what do you think of these three pieces? Do you like the pure Physix? And what do you think of that Black Idol? And what about the Marvel MAXX TOUR? Which pour do you like? And if you were to get one of these, which one would you go with? And what layout would you go with? Drop me a comment and let me know. Let's continue the conversation. More updates are coming. And until then, bow well.